like a phoenix, born from the ashes. I take care of my own. Torn down where assassin, you can't suffocate my spirit. 'Cause I'm the king of my own throne, my own throne. King of my own throne, my own throne. You'll never see me fall, fall. You'll never see me fall. Watch me reign, and I'll slay them all. Slay them all, slay them all. You'll never see me reign, and I'll slay them all. Slay them all, slay them all, slay them all. You'll never steal a throne. King of my own throne, my own throne. King of my own throne. Born from the ashes, 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 born from the
And the other one. Hello guys, and welcome to another stream. Today we're playing some more Railroader, obviously. I got some changes I would like to show as well that I did to the map. There is this new mod that I figured out. It's on beta, or alpha, I guess, or early stages. So it's a little buggy, but I figured it out a little bit. Managed to add some tracks. I'm going to show you the tracks now so you can understand how and why I'm doing things. Anyways, let's kind of get into the stream. Cam here. Oof. I'm just going to hide that. Off that one. And that one. Put that there. I can turn the game. Let's move my console over here. Okay. So obviously we are still at where we were left off from yesterday's stream. At the end, the freight train's still here, so and we still have the thing here. A few changes. This is now connected. We have this connected and these connected now, so we have a little bit more storage tracks if you need it. Those obviously went to the end of that because that's where I had them, so I just went to the end. All right, there's a few changes in L I would like to go over as well. So we have LS tracks redone a bit. It now connects over here. So now we can easily back it in if you want to. I'm not sure if I'm changing how I'm doing things yet. I'll have to see. I might, because a lot of things now are actually back-inable. But I don't see it changing anytime soon. It just makes it easier because now instead of going out this way and back out, I can just go straight out and not have to worry about light or anything. So this kind of adds some more. Whittier got some changes. So we now have the switch here, this little thing that allows us to switch tracks, which can make this house track right here a little bit more easier to access, which is nice. Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Anyways, so yeah, we have this new track now. So, but however, it does make this a little bit longer of a U. However, I found it does not really affect much here, so we should be fine on that. Do you want to reload this? It's here. Do they work? I don't know the page first completely, which means the script first. No. Did I close out of the script? Oh no. Okay. Let me reload that. Oop, where? Sorry guys, right now what I'm doing right now is fixing an issue with my remote settings for my dispatch screen. That way I don't have to be in the dispatch center to do dispatcher stuff. There we go. And that should be connected now, so I should start to be able to control things. Oh yeah. Cool. Alright. But yeah, that's Ridier's changes. And I think this train's safe to continue on its way. Now that the freight train's there. We can safely go ahead and dispatch the one in Allah if it's still there. It doesn't look like it is. I think it's Bryson. It's in Bryson already. Okay, cool. That's right. I sent it there. But yeah, that's changed to Ridier. There is some changes in East Ridier as well that I like to point out, other than the yards. I connected the engine house to these tracks as well, which could make the cooler easier if I decided to go back to cool in water. So that would be helpful when that time comes, because I do eventually plan on adding fuel consumption at some point back into the game to be more realistic and stuff. I think I can finally manage it. I just have to, especially now that the AI announces that its fuel is low, I believe. I haven't really seen it yet, but I think it does. If not, let's see. We'll find out. Anyways, Wilmot had some changes as well. We now have this passing track. So, if the passenger train is here, and the freight train needs to get by, it can come through here. It can also, it cannot. I wouldn't drop stuff here, but you can too as well. It's a very handy area now. So you have this little pass track here. Now it is slower. It is 25 miles per hour, but most sidings would be slower in general terms. Thank you for the follow, Kevin. But yeah, so yeah, most sidings are slower, which makes sense. Oh, so yeah, most sidings. Here's the Wilmot, since you didn't see it, and I'll show you the East Ridier changes. I need to remember to switch my cam backs to normal. But East Ridier has the engine shed right here connection now. Okay, so that was Wilmot. Disborough has a few changes now. This does not change industries. I couldn't figure that out yet. I plan to figure out. I just wanted to get the streaming here. So here at the Locust Pin, I added an extra track. Eventually this will be used to help, because it gets a lot of cars. So eventually this will be used to add an extra industry tag for it. However, for now, it can just be used as a storage track for any extra cars that may not be inside. At least a majority. That way, if it's that hang too close to that switch. So, yeah. Oh yeah, and Disborough Yard had a change to it as well. The storage tracks now connect. I connected the storage tracks in to the other tracks as well, which also makes this a little bit longer. Get up to the interchange. Other than what gets added by the yard, there's a few things I added, because I'm using the fact that Larka had this as well. So sometimes getting past the interchange when it's full can be hard. So sometimes you pull in instead of pull out, and to make pulling in easier, because I may do that from time to time, I have decided to add this little, because as you noticed from yesterday, we had a full interchange, and that could block you in on the other side, and I don't want that. So what I did is that from here on, I added a little track that comes back to here. So it's basically just a run around for the train. I know realistic trains have that, so I added that. So that should be very, very, very simple to use and very helpful actually, because most of the time we're stuck wondering, is this gonna work? Okay. So another change real quick. If for when I do decide to add this area back, I did add this, and it just connects here to where the silver coal is. It also makes silver coal easier because they can just pull it in. And it also added a little switch here, so that way we can head in if there's something hoppers there. And then added some spurs for decoration purposes. For now, they don't do anything, but maybe I can figure out how the industries work and create myself an industry that could be used to help industries. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to our train here, because we need to figure this out. So, we're fully loaded. So I figured out how I'm gonna do this as well. It's gonna be a bit of a pain of a setup, but I believe this is the train in control. Yes, it is. So we'll make sure we're selected to that. And it's now in manual mode. So first I need to put the passenger train. First I need to wait for this passenger train to dismiss. I wish I could dismiss him early. So once the passenger train leaves Bryson, which shouldn't be too much longer. Actually, I really had a thing here for that team. So the goal is to go ahead and get some space made, so I can sort these trains out. But I need the mainline. I need mainline clearance authority for that. So what I'm gonna do is temporary tell this to go forward. Change the speed. That should forward. And I'm going to send it into Governor's Island setting for now. And then I'll mess with it later on. I feel that's going to be the best bet to get the mainline authority here. And then I need to quickly go into features and force a dispatch. There we go. Now we have more bypasses. I can find something 30, but yeah, so we need to go ahead and let that go for a second, because I need the main line here. I'm going to put all of the stuff going up towards Alarca on the main line. That's the best bet for me. And then I can start sorting it properly. I was not expecting this many interchange cars, to be honest. But if you watched yesterday's 13-hour stream, you would know that we got a lot, and we had 2 interchange services done. And if you haven't seen that stream, you can actually rewatch it. It is on YouTube. Just note that it is edited and modified a bit. The starting half and some of the BRB moments were cut out because it was too long. Anyways, so yeah, that stream was long and interesting. So Bryson's currently at a halt until I get this sorted. So we need to get that sorted now. Normally, I wouldn't use the main train for this sorting. However, I have no choice because the train is full. And I need stuff to need more space, so. Did I not give it a green? Give it a green. There we go. Now we have mainline authority. Even though it's supposed to be heading up to Alarca, but Alarca is a dead zone, or not dead zone, dark zone. And if it starts coming back, I'm worried that it will block me. So the best bet is to send it to Governor's Island, have it wait there, and then when I'm ready for it, send it back to the Alarca Junction, and we'll be set and good and dandy. So for now, they're on a postponed trip to the Governor's Island, backwards a bit, but that is okay because now we have working space. Okay. I'm not gonna really worry about switching these switches a lot. Everything else on the main line is fine. The other train can even will bunker up in Silva anyways, so I can just have it stop there for a moment. I will go ahead and switch CTC to ABS mode. Blah. So that will do is allow us to have a signal based on our switch alignment. That I can always just switch it from here as well. That'll just make my time easier. That I don't have to keep switching the switch around for a moment. In case I need to go that far, but I don't think I will go that far. I just need to clear this switch right here, I think, and I can stack it up to that. But that gives me clearance anywhere that there's not a train currently. And once the other train passes, that will get green as well. That would just make it more or less ballistic. I'm going to just have using speed. Anyways, so we'll go ahead and get started. So we're gonna let's go ahead and cut it from this. Okay. Thank you, TikTok. Okay, so guys, Twitch and YouTube, it's just you guys now. Which should make my computer run a lot smoother, actually, to be honest, because now I'm not running a third-party streaming software. Okay, anyways. So, let's go ahead, and yeah, it's definitely running smoother. Not 100% smoother, but smoother. So we went ahead and cut the train here. First, I need to tell this AI it can just stop. And it is. You can actually set that to manual here and just ensure that it's not going to go anywhere. Alright, so we're going to cut here, come back here, pull the train in reverse, just bring it forward towards the other way, towards Hemingway. Maybe I have to wait for a recharge because I accidentally dumped the air. My bad. Probably then cut the not close like it was supposed to. Okay, so it's now in Governor's Island siding. I'm gonna keep that switch thrown for now. That way, if the other train, actually no, that's right, it's gonna go. So we'll close that switch. Boom, we're good. Okay, so now we're going ahead and move this train and start sorting it. So we have this Halarka Junction stuff that I'm going to put in the other track first. Putting this stuff in the main line should smaller our load a bit, so then that will help a bit. This is what happens when you get a bunch of milestones at one shot. This is probably the longest part, is moving around. Oh, my character's in the way of that. We'll put that up here. So you guys can see orders and stuff and what we're up to. But yeah, never mind. You just have to love about it. Anyways, so we have a bunch of stuff. At least you can see our speed. But anyways, so we have a lot to do today. It's game day, so I don't imagine this stream being too long like yesterday's stream, but yeah. Stop. We'll use our power to put us back. So we're just placing the Alarka Junction stuff on the main line. Then that second line, even though it's not sorted yet, we'll toss the and it's heading up east. So east, that line, west, main line. I know in real life they probably would not block the main line with stuff. However, I don't think we have much choice right now. Because it's either that or we have a blocked Bryson. Because I need those tracks to sort the east side. The east side train can go. Next, we'll have a green on the other signal now because it's in ABS mode. So now that the signals are clear and that switches the line properly, we'll be clear for that. So I'm not too concerned with the signals at the moment, which is why I did that. Our finances are doing good. We had 95,000. Nice. That's probably from all the passenger runs. Try to stop here. We'll set the handbrake on that. Now we just got to reverse again. So as you can see, this is a very long turn. We even got more stuff attached to this still. It belongs to that Alarka area, so. But yeah, if you haven't seen the interchange service, the last stream, especially towards the end, is when we got interesting. And actually got a perfect shot of this train coming in. I'm still working on getting the videos posted for that. Separate videos or smaller clips so you guys can see the small parts of it. Which would be very, very useful. And brake. Okay. Now we need to head up. Wait, actually, don't need a brake yet. Let's brake here. Let's start the braking here. This is the brakes we need. I'm actually going to head and have it go up this way and go around all these trains. Give it the most space possible. Yes, I know I'm blocking it, but by the time I start sorting these stuff, the main line will be open again, and I can probably use that, or I can sign it back on this track again, because by then it'll be shortened. It's not that much stuff going to east, so. Well, the air dumps. Drains or fills or whatever you want to call it. We're going to head and go back here all the way up past to the first video card for the junction and follow that car. There we go. So we're going to get this sorted very, very quickly, I hope, because we were ready at 8 o'clock because that interchange had to be double served. And I also did some things before I started the stream real quick to make sure the changes that I did with stuff happened, and then I went through it again for you guys so you guys can see what I changed. Yeah, if I add Bryson again, especially this little track here, it's gonna be so useful because now I can just go straight in. I can actually bring the whole entire consist with me. So that will be very, very, very handy because now we have a consist. And then this makes it easier too, because now you can just go straight for it if there's no cars in the house. Unfortunately, the house track can block you on that. But it can make it handy if you need to go into here. You can grab the cool cars, grab your car, move the house track forward, push it in. So I'm thinking about adding an issue on this track too. Once I learn how to do that. Because now that we have access to it, easily access, you can do that. I mean, it's a little harder because you have to do so many moves, but that's what a switching puzzle's for, right? You switch until you get it exactly how you need it. But keep in mind, I already cut the power to this thing. And it's not losing speed anytime soon. This thing's heavy. At least what we have currently is heavy. This frame is heavy. I think it was like in 5,000 tons, which is really heavy. I should be able to make it up to our lock just fine. I'll do my normal 2 up front, and I might, if it's long enough, I'll put another one in the middle of the consist, like I did for the way up here. Because the way up here, oh my, I would probably have not made it. Well, I would have made it, but it would have took forever. They're actually having brake issues. They couldn't figure out the air brakes. AI is nuts when it comes to air brakes. And again, if you watched the last stream, you would have saw that. So, right, stop. Then we'll switch it to that. Alright. Apply the handbrake here. And decouple. We're getting a smaller and lighter train. We're not just down to I think we're just down to the Larka hopper cars that are empty for the cool cap and pass a little bit of load from the milestones. At least on this part. We still have more train to sort. I'm gonna park this train aside and grab the other train and do the same thing. Because we still have a block sorter train, so we have to use the main ones for now for sorting. However, at least we got a bit far. At least we're not just sitting here figuring out what we're doing. We did something about it, so that's gonna be very handy. And of course, after this stream, I'll continue to work on it until sleepy time. So I'll continue to work hard and on this train. First, I need to come up to these. Once I continue to push it forward. Actually, if this is all our Larka stuff, is it? So Larka, more Larka, and the rest is everything else. I might send 2 trains up there. One to get the Larka stuff up. And then one to get the Princestones up. So that way, they're not as heavy. So right now we're already at 1,000 pounds. And we're not even we're only halfway sorted too. I did the half point because that would give us halfway sorted, and then we'll also do sort the last string and we'll be good and set to go. But yeah, actually, that kind of stuff is going to be the harder stuff to deliver, so I might just send that individually. And actually, I'm not sure it's going to fit in Nutella. No, Hemingway. Will it fit in Hemingway with this long of a train? I don't know. It may have definitely some issues on a locker junction because it has two things. It might have to sit halfway in the Y. But we'll see. The pings. Oh, streamer. Okay. But yeah, we definitely have a lot more work to do today than we did the last stream, obviously. It's definitely going to be the start of the pickup the next game day, that's for sure, because all these cars are going to be picked up the next day, for the most part. Other than maybe a few. And that's what scares me. Is the interchange is going to be full again, and we're going to need a second service all over again. But I don't think we'll get a second service the next game day, because I don't think we'll have any milestones we have to worry about. Because that won't be till the day after the interchange collection, so. You have to wait for him to finish before you can place the next milestone. Are we in that? No, we're not even close to even getting the next segment. There's still a lot of freight. We're about to hit that next segment, actually. So let's go ahead and get this done. Now we just need to store this train. And to do so, I'm just gonna toss it on that track, like so. I'm just gonna replace that fusee. What this fusee does is before it pulls forward, it'll make sure I have access to this. Or not, it's actually supposed to be up here, but it makes sure I have access to all the switches. That way I can easily switch the train. Actually, supposed to be up here. This switch. Put one there as well. No, which is it here. So that does it, gives me clearance for the switch. Even the radio stuff is all the way down here. We still have more. Alright, I'm just gonna disconnect this train. I think no, we can't. Sorry, the sorter train's blocked. I should have moved the sorter train first before I did this, because it had access to this track right here, and I could just towed it here. And that's open, so. Oh well, we'll just use this train and figure it out. Not that one. That one's cut. We're gonna cut in. So it has control of the brakes. We'll try setting it all at once, but real quick, let me get some middle trains set up here, because we're gonna need these two blue ones up front. So let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and do a consist of 3, I think. This track real quick. Let's go ahead and do a consist of 3. First, I need to make sure these are all set up. MU and MU. Okay, cool. This one will just be verse. Let's go ahead and get this set up first. That way we can just attach the cars and send this on its way as soon as it's sorted. And then we can start the other ones. I can start the purple train in front with the blue trains. And just send it on its way. So this train should be able to pull this little bit, because the other one was able to, and this one's a 3-er. It says 3 engines pulling. Oh god, this lag of all these engines. This is gonna be fun to start up. So I gotta start both in AI mode, and then hope it makes it up that terrain. This is what I do for to get it up towards what's it called? To get it up to the... Hello! Welcome back to the stream. Today's stream is more railroader. We're fixing we're sorting up the mess that we brought into Bryson yesterday's stream on that 13-hour stream. So yay, we get the sort. I'm trying to get this Alarka stuff out of Bryson so I can start sorting the east side. We're adding the power to it now so that we can attach and head out with the blue and purple train. And then I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna get out the sorter train because it's blocked. So I'm gonna have to use my other GP9 for that. So fun days. I had it unblocked for a moment there. I could have got it unblocked easily. However, I blocked it again with the meteor stuff, and I don't feel like moving that meteor stuff right now, so yay. More blockage to uncover. Anyways, getting back to what we were doing. We can go ahead and grab this train. Back here, select it. Use its power. Go ahead and push this forward. Oh, it is. You should, if I know you probably weren't here during the ending of the stream, you can probably watch it on YouTube later. The ending was, like, I was stressed at the end of this when it was coming into Bryson, because I was worried it wasn't going to even fit in Bryson. I'm worried that these stuff won't fit in Norlaca Junction, and it probably won't fit in Hemingway siding. So, and right now I have the passenger train that's supposed to be heading up to Hemingway down in Governor's Island, waiting, because I don't know what to do with it yet, and I needed the main line, so I just sent it away from Bryson for now, and it's gonna have to go through Bryson to go upwards again towards the west, because it's supposed to be going west. I sent it east to a siding that I have CTC control over. But yeah, I'm not sure. Were you here at the beginning of the stream? I'm not sure, but I made some changes to the map, so you may see that later on in this stream. If not, if you're not here during that part, you can always rewatch the stream on when it comes out, when YouTube posts it. So. But yeah, it's a lot of fun trying to figure out what's going on. And it's going to be a switching puzzle too, because I'm not sorting the westbound stuff right now. Eventually I will start to, once the other interchanges in. But right now, I just have no need for the sorting of the westbound stuff, because there's only really one spot it's going to, well, multiple spots, but it's real quick to split them up, so, and I have plenty of space up there to do so. But yeah, I don't have the car counts for anything yet. I'm working on a way to get the car counts, that way I know how much exactly I'm getting myself into, and how much cars can fit where, so that way I know where they can fit. But it's gonna take time, because I want to do each individual line too, not just by area, each individual track. How much can it fit without blocking switches? With a few exceptions, with a few maybe being able to. Like Bryson, I probably won't count because it's a sorting yard for me, so. Mainly a sorting yard. It's where I sort my stuff, so. I don't think this gun system ain't. Does it have, lag. It has nothing for Bryson today by the looks of it. It has an Ella and it has some Wilmot and Disbro, but nothing for Bryson. Well, I mean, we only have the house and the team track, so I mean, kind of makes sense, but yeah. Nothing else. The entrance wasn't served 3 times, so we only had a 2-time serve today, which is why it's 8 a.m. game time instead of 5 or 6 a.m. game time, because we're not like it's supposed to be when I'm doing this, because we had this service again, so. Yeah, it's a good middle point, I found, especially right now with the Larker Junction going to be the interchange. It's a good middle point to where both trains can meet, and there's enough room for both trains to meet. Larker Junction, Bryson, and Disbro, they both, even though Larker Junction is a good, the true middle, probably, I assume. The fact that it's small doesn't make it good for sorting. I mean, I probably could use my map editor and add that in, like I did for a few points here, but I don't see the purpose of doing it. I could always expand the track too, I guess, if I can't fit a train. Kansas, I can always later on go into the map editor and modify it to fit 100 cars. Problem solved. We can fit everything. The only thing I can't edit, I think, is the CTC ones, because if I change the switches that have CTC, I don't know what will happen. I haven't tested that yet. I'm still figuring out that mod completely. So, but yeah, I did some map changes, which is nice. Come on, back up. Thank you. We're gonna attach this to this train. Oh, I forgot to cut him out. He needs to be cut out, that way he doesn't try to control the brakes when I set him to AI mode. Because as soon as I get all this sorted here, I'm gonna send this train on its way. After I unblock this purple train here. I need to unblock that first, actually. That was an oversight on my part. It's useful for sure. I wish it was less buggy, however, and there was more you can do with it, like change the industries easier. However, for now I just have what I have. I don't know how to change the industries or add to the industries to different new tracks or whatever, because I added some new tracks for the local pin, because the local pin always fills up, overfills. I added some. I want to move the I added some track into the Wilmot area, and I'm also thinking about trying to figure out how to add industries too, because I had a track. It's near the water in Wilmot. Here, I'll show you. So Wilmot got a remodel. Screw up. Hate that. So here's the Wilmot remodel. So now, even though the passenger trains here, you can actually go around here and pass the train, which is nice. Makes it nice and easy. And I have this track here, which I can make an industry. And I was thinking about making it a water industry called Waterco. And it'd be a nice place where they can load water into tankers and send it to the interchange for other industries that may need water that can't get water normally. Or just mark it as oil, and if water's not a load type, I can mark it as oil and then just pretend it's water. Or either or, it's a good track for that because it's in the water, near the water area, especially. Actually, it's kind of in it, so I find that useful. And then I tried moving the house track to here. I just couldn't figure out how, because the house track was over here. I was thinking about moving it here because here would make more sense because it's near the station, so it make more sense. It's probably where they would need it. So I just added that little spur there. But for now, it's just all decoration, so it could be used as storage for now, I guess. And then the I'll show you the interchange change I did as well, because I'm not sure if you heard during last stream when I had the interchange serviced or full, but when the interchange is full, full to the brim, and you're on the other side, you can't get around. You're kind of stuck. So what I did was from this point at the back end where you end up stuck at, I added this little loop here that goes to this end. That way you can get around it and get back to this side. That way you're not on the wrong side of the interchange that you don't want to be on if you end up filling the interchange from that end. Very useful. You end up perfect every time. So that's that change. I also changed some things in I'm gonna be going through this for you guys who are joining in just for the now. So Silva got some changes. I added this spur. They do nothing yet. I said I haven't figured out the industries yet. And then I added this mess. You may know what this location is for normally. So if we go to the Silva cool number, you can see that's what that track is. But yeah, so the cool lumber track's now angled a little bit. However, it's there, slightly longer too, so you can fit more cars. And as long as you don't block that other switch, you only put it into this part. You can still use this loop to come around here and access the paperboard easier. Now it's a little bit longer because it didn't want to connect here for some reason. It kept glitching out, so I just made it go around. I haven't tested it with AI, so I'm not sure how the AI will behave on it, but you can. I did test it myself, and you can drive on it. You just gotta go really, really slow around this first bend. Obviously, after that first bend, it smoothens out. So I gotta remember not to go too fast. I believe the AI said it was like 5 miles per hour before it stopped because it aired out because I couldn't complete it for some reason. Couldn't find it, but it can do it. I did test it at 5 miles per hour. It can handle it, this bend. And then it goes into like 20 or 30 or whatever the track speed. This got marked as like. Alright, let's find. We can find out later on. How about that? Maybe I'll take it and see how AI behaves on it better. See if I fixed it. This part I think will be fine because you end up into it better. But here he's not well designed, but it's what works. So maybe I'll fix it later on and make some changes to it. I don't know. Maybe. Next change that I did was in Whittier. East Whittier. East Whittier got a small change that wasn't already in the map mod. So, this is already in the map mod. It's part of the miles since it's actually a yard that goes here as well. I added this. So now that the thing connects in, so you can just pull straight forward if you need to. Also fit more in it that we can just keep backing up or whatever you need to, and also have easy access to your cool loader, which will actually make me feel more comfortable with adding back the fuel consumption because now I have an easier way to get the cool hopper in. And then more changes done in here. Because of this house track being so hard, you have to always go around the long ways. I added this little switch here to switch tracks. Now, it did unfortunately affect the track. So now it goes along this way. This track is still around 30, 35. This track is 30, 35 as well. And that's just Duet version, and it's 25. So not bad. But yeah, it adds that little extra spur there. That way you can get around trains and stuff. And this makes a great spot for freight to go into. And if you have CTC on, you can just come around here, go in, and then back into the freight. You don't have to run a red light for the CTC if you don't want to. Well, at least I don't have to. I probably won't share these changes because I'm putting it to the map mods config. If I do, I will make a separate mod for it. But yeah, Ella's the cool one. I'm not sure if you guys know of the issue with Ella and switching the farm backwards with the full train attached without having to detach Ella first and then detach the whole train and run around and do all that mess. But anyways, if you have it right and you're coming from Bryson and you have it towards the back of your train or in the front of your train coming from Whittier, you now could take this track. You can keep your whole entire train attached even for this. Now I have this track and you just literally go bleh. And it makes it easier for switching too, because now you can actually take the whole entire stuff with you. You don't need to hold and do all that switching over here. It makes switching puzzle a little bit easier now, because now that dead end's attached, and it makes more sense to have it attached here. No really speed changes unless you're going down here, which would be 25 around this bend. And then wherever the speeds are from here on out. I still can't. I can't delete tracks with that map better. I wish I could, because I would have removed the switch. Because I don't really need the switch here, and then I remove this dot down here and extend these switches down to have another one, so you can just pull forward instead as well. But what we're gonna do? It won't let me do that. So, but yeah, those are the changes, and Bryson has a few changes as well. Speed ourselves to Bryson. Bryson's changes happen here. So that coal mine is a pain to all load, especially when you have multiple in higher tiers. So what I did is now you can actually pull forward with more train cars, because now it actually just continues going in. Just like here, I extended it a little bit further and added these tracks to connect, because these two tracks are nice and long now because of it. So it makes it nice and interesting use cases. But yeah, this track now connects to here. So now you can have a longer, as long as you have the turntable aligned properly, you'll have a much longer. But anyways, I should probably head back to sorting this train, because this train is long. And I'm just burning daylight here. I'm gonna start dumping the air. But yeah, that's all the changes that I've done to the map, which in high sense does make it easier, and has the ability for me to add more industries once I can figure out the map editor's industry configs, figure out how that works, so that way I can add them. Because I have some industry ideals that will be really, really cool to do. But yeah, this train is long. Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, it's confusing. This is why some of my tracks aren't perfect. But with the GUI part of it, it kind of makes it more simpler and stuff like that. I just can't. There's just some things I wish they'll change. Like, one, switches don't always render right if you don't do it right. I wish they'll fix it to where it will automatically apply settings to fix it. That way the switch renders. And also add a smooth button, so it smooths out the curve radius. That way it's not so rough. Because at the moment you can make some really rough trains that you yourself can do, but the AI can't. It will just literally stop. But you can do it, because if you do a grade and a turn that's too sharp at the same time, the AI train physically just stops. It doesn't know what to do. I think the code just tells it 0 miles per hour. However, I think you can change that somehow and make it go the speed that you need it to go without derailing. But that requires you to test it first yourself. And most of the time you can do it yourself. So it's not too much of an issue for me, because you're literally able to go around on it yourself. But I try my best to do where I can. The silver one with a paperboard connector, I just couldn't do it. Every time I smoothen it out, other tracks will go poof, because they were too close to each other somehow. Let me get this train pull forward, quick. Quick, pull forward. Pull. Before that train connects to you. Good work. Oh my. Heavy trains. Oh yeah, if you're wondering how heavy this train was in total on the way up to Bryson, it was 5,000 tons. And it was a total of however how many cars, I can't remember. But it was a lot of cars. And I think I'm not going to sort these trains anymore. I don't think too much. Especially since everything's bad location anyways. I think the freight train can easily go on the main line and do it swapping and sorting then. And just drop off the load, since it's just dropping off the load anyways. Most of the sorting can happen when it's being worked, so. I'm not too concerned. It's not like I used to be, so. The one thing that's going to happen in the future in Bryson is sorting it between 2 different load trains. So that one goes east, one goes west again. That's what I'm going to do. Because sorting takes time, I noticed. And since I'm just dropping anyways, if I cut the first half sorting, I can actually just go straight through and just start dropping. And some of them will work out, some of them won't, unfortunately. And some of them I might even be able to just drop straight in and pull out the interchange cars, so that way it's in front. But I'm not going to do that, unfortunately, because even though Ella is now easier. That's right. We need that can stay like that, actually. I need to send this forward more. Also, guys, I would like to know if anyone's ever on stream, if you'd like to be what's called a clearance giver. Even though you can't see the dispatch screen, but if you want to be a clearance giver, it's like when I need to run a red, for example, because there's my freight that needs to be picked up. If you want to be a clearance giver and you're on stream, let me know. I'm more than happy to. What I'll do then is I'll ask for clearance, and then you can tell me whether clear or not clear. But I only do that if someone's on and rolling. So that's something new I'm doing. I'm working on a way to. I'm trying to figure out if I can get someone to be dispatch for future streams. And then they can just sit in the Bryson Tower and just dispatch the AI trains and get them moving and stuff like that. They can focus on passenger trains, getting them moving, which requires some training. However, it also requires me giving them mods for that and starting a multiplayer session. Or the other way too is where they don't have to be in game and I can do the AI part still, and they can use the remote access one. Either or works, but yeah, I'm thinking about doing that as well at some point with trusted people, my friends. But as for a clearance giver, all you do, you don't need to see the CTC screen for this. You just give me clearance and whether or not it's safe to do so. If you need to see information, you can let me know. I can show you the CTC board in Bryson. My character's always in there anyway, so also just press 1 and I'm in the CTC screen. But yeah, if you're up to the desk, let me know. That goes on for future streams as well. Oh, come on. Well, at least for my talking streams, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it with the sounds because that would require me to text and type all the time. But for that, I think I can definitely do. But that requires someone to be willing to do so, and willing to wait for the whatever duration that stream is delayed by, because I know my stream has a huge delay. Especially when I'm doing talking streams. Typing streams might be easier because you don't need it. You may not see it right away, but it may require to see some things. But yeah, that delay isn't bothersome. I wish it wasn't there. I kind of want to fix it back to where it was just Twitch streaming, because Twitch has a better stream handler sometimes than YouTube does. The keyframes always complaining on YouTube. Well, the keyframes right now are complaining. The bitrate is what's complaining on Twitch, but I'm not sure how to fix that. So. Okay, so now we're just gonna finish the sorting process. This is the last. We have 2 more steps to do. We have this one, and then we have this set, and then we can just attach train and send that on its way, which would be nice. When I do this one, this part here, add it to this consist. I might push this consist back enough so that I can get access to that, because I don't see this one getting to the point where it reaches the signal. So. Either way, it's a manual switch, so I should be able to come here and manually switch it, and even if it isn't a signal, and run the red. Which is not ideal, but it works, so. Alright, so let's find the end of the Disbro stuff. Well, actually, no, we need to push this Disbro stuff over. So we'll follow it, and then we'll continue to push. Definitely a long train, though. I mean, even this part is... This is what shocks me. This part right here is so long, and that's just heading east. It's actually, I think it's longer than the westbound train. Actually, they might be the same. It might be split, literally be splitting it in half right now. We may generally just be splitting it in halves. I'm also gonna give the. I might give this other train a helper too, since I have one more train. Because, but then again, it's not going that many uphills. By the time it reaches the really true uphill part, Cully, all the radiator stuff is dropped, so and it's mostly downhill from here to radiator. So I might be good actually. So I might not need to touch with that. Sorry if I'm taking so long on the switching puzzle here. I'm just trying to figure out how this is gonna work out, because I never had this many cars before. This is the first I ever had like true amount of work done. Okay. Then we'll back up. Oh, I wonder if it'll be possible. Oh no, it's not. It's right. I already looked. There's no other nodes here. But anyways, you can hear the game audio, correct, over the music. Like you should be able to hear that horn loud and clear. I'm just curious if you guys are still in streaming, because I know my volume sometimes for the music's a little bit louder than it should be. I forgot to ask that. I don't really do that many talking streams to really pay attention to the music parts of audio, but I know it could be an issue. Actually, I don't need to move that back any further. It's perfect. I need more space anyways. That radio's eastbound stuff. If it fits, I can get that one train out. That way I can. Well, this stops. I'm gonna head over to Hemingway and prep that. This train, 'cause as soon as I attach those things and attach the purple train, I'm highballing it out of here. Also, we should have signals here to next game day, so in the future I won't have to. It's gonna go on the main line. Supposed to have it do that for now. So the passenger train's gonna have to sit a little bit longer. I like prioritizing my freight for some reason. Trains, because I don't like waiting for the passengers to finish unloading and stuff, especially when it's a dark zone. In the future, when it's CPC mode, I'll be able to tell the passenger train to halt, especially when the locker branch is done, because then I can halt at the junction for a moment while the freight train does what it needs to do. But we still got a lot to do before we're even close to being ready for everything. But we should have CTC stuff on that. Anyways, we flip this back to what we call a normal mode. Will give me a clear signal out of here, and then we'll prep for that. We're gonna have the other train wait, even though it's not in the right track. It's not supposed to be in this track at least, but it is. Oh well. What are we gonna do? We'll have a hold out a red board. Alright. Back to doing what we're supposed to be doing. Oh, wrong way. I'm always going the wrong direction in this thing. But yeah, most of my streams are mostly going to be me sorting or delivering. It's probably not going to be both, or at least very little of both. So it's either going to be delivering or not. Yesterday's stream was an extremely exception where you got to see almost every bit of what I do. Everything I did in the last stream is exactly how I do everything. I drop the load first at where they need to be, either in sidings or whatnot, and then I go pick them up with a steam engine and work them, and then come back with and collect. I literally do that every time now. I started that since yesterday, and it's been working. Now, obviously, yesterday I had a bit of an extraordinary exception with the fact that I made a slight oversight on time when trying to see if a car would finish up, and it obviously wasn't going to finish anytime soon. So I gave up on that ideal, which is for the best because the interchange ended up being full anyways. Anyway, it's time for the good push. Let me open up some space for this train so they can pull this load out for the train that's going to be pulling it, so I can attach it to the train. Obviously, it has to actually attach it for it because it can't just pull forward and attach, or at least pull it back enough to where I can attach it with that green train and send it on its way. I don't think this is going to need a helper at all. I think it can pull the 2,000 tons. It looks like it's going to be easily. Very, very easily. It should be able to pull it. It may go slow in some parts, but it will pull it. So I'm not concerned. And it's not actually that many cars either, so. At least I don't think it's that many cars. Ooh, that lag. I may be turning... Okay, yeah, I'm turning off my VTuber model. You guys can live without a VTuber model. I need something for this so I can actually cut it. Let me do the keyboard settings. Oh no. You know what? Unity Mod Manager. There we go. Close you. You're good. Let's open up some more memory. There we go. I then we'll just turn that game off. Okay. There we go. Hope that helps with the lag a bit. It should make it smoother. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it's catching up now. Close that out. Close that Wonder Share. Don't save. And reopen. Close that out. There we go. Actually, I probably could have ran my VTuber model a little bit longer, but it's okay. I don't need a VTuber model for this game. That bad, so. Okay. That should help. A lot. I mean, with TikTok stopped working, that helped a lot too. I actually noticed something. Why is my... Oh well. I didn't close. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that should help. We're still not blocking Bryson too much. So what I'm gonna do now, that is after this train leaves and fully unblocks the main, I'll send like one from Governor's Island to the top of Bryson and have it wait in Bryson instead, like it will do if I was to have something in the dark. I actually would have to if the freight train's up there anyways, because it's not gonna go too far. I believe the interchange starts soon. I don't know when the Alarka interchange starts, but it starts soon. So what I'm going to do when it starts is keep checking on it. If it started, I'll just send a train up there instead of worrying about it. Alright, so it has a 3 and a 4. It has a 4-header train at the head and 3 GP9s. In the center. So it should have no issues whatsoever getting up to Hemingway. Once it gets to Hemingway, I have a feeling it'll be 10 times easier. This could be MU'd. Let's find this train. Order. Select it. And we'll reverse out of here. First. Let's go ahead and get this freight going. This is the one that's probably going to take the longest to get up because it's the longest of the two, I think, actually. I'll see here in a minute. It's having the longest with the engines because the amount of engines I added to it. Live GP9s. Yeah. I'll probably make it to Andrews with this many cars, to be honest. I probably don't need this many yet until I get to the Andrews part, but... What track is it on? It's on track 2, not the mains of this track. I have to get myself free clearance. And I'm gonna try to my best to resume the speed of these AI too, so it can use the full power it has to get up that thing. It's gonna try to stop, and it's gonna be horrible on its brakes. Especially having 2 AI makes it horrible on its brakes. Because both see the same stuff, so. Oh yeah, but I'm also going to be adding some kind of madness at some point too. That would definitely change how I do things, because some kind of madness, it's a ton of fun. I tested it out. I just haven't officially put it into this mod pack. I usually try a lot of the mods by himself unless it has a dependency. So I like to try them out first before I go full on with them. My computer lag will probably start to lower once I stop the stream. Probably could help it by closing out Opera, but I need Opera at the moment. So it will have to stay open. Bro. Alright, AI. Reverse yourself. Full speed. This AI. Help the other AI by reversing yourself. Full speed. You may pass the fusee. I'm gonna do this one first when it comes to the slowdown. Since I'm already selected on it, then I'll do this one since I can see it easier. Oh yeah, this will have no issues. It's getting speed quick. Holy cow! That power is true. 3,000 tons, though, it makes sense. It's only 53 cars. I'm not sure why I added the 3 extra trains in the middle, but oh well, it helps. I might even tell this one AI. Resume your speed. Go, 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 go. Now I'm gonna watch it leave Bryson. It definitely has the power. I'm gonna worry about East later in a moment here. I want to make sure this makes up first because I'm not sure if it's actually even gonna make it. I haven't tried this much weight before. The max I tried was like 1,500 tons. And if it doesn't fit, I want to be there for it. That way I can get this AI train going. Go ahead and get you going backwards. I actually need to get to you and tell you to run backwards again. Go ahead and head backwards again. One step at a time. And then I'll start working this freight as... And I'll start doing the sorting on that one as this one start coming back. Because I can wait here. The signal for me to finish the other train. This is definitely... Now this is 53 cars. I pulled everything from Silva Interchange to Bryson as is. So imagine how long it was yesterday's stream. If you haven't seen yesterday's stream, that's an ideal for you. 53 cars and then some. That's also including the engines, by the way. So don't count that as how many interchange cars we had. But we had a full interchange plus a half full interchange. We only had like one track left on the second service. That was empty. The first round it was full. The second round it was only one track empty. So it was definitely a lot of cars. It's keeping up speed pretty well. Now I can see when it says track speed. Okay, it dumped its air again. It's horrible about that's going to slow down and lose its speed, but it shouldn't affect it too badly because the 3 engines in the middle and the 4 engines in front, I think it will make it. And it'll probably make it to Fonterra if I let it. I'm actually going to follow it and drop its stuff a bit closer to it as well. So we're dropping... So here we're going to be dropping the Larker Junction stuff. I'm not going to drop the coal mine stuff here. I'm actually going to drop the coal mine at the Larker Junction Y, since the Y is built already. And I don't need the Y yet, because until the Larker branch is done. So I feel I can use that for storage. Especially with Hemingway probably going to possibly be full for a little bit longer, with the fact that only half of the cars can be serviced at a time, and I'm going to split it up and then bring all of them back at once. Or actually, I'm bringing them back in halves. But yeah, I want to bring them back. I might have to do it by 2 days instead of 1 day for each step, because there's a lot of cars going on the same track because of 2 different milestones going on at the same time, which in real life you probably wouldn't do. I mean, so the front of the train is out of it already, the 30 zone. Completely. Both of them are. The front of the train was out before we even hit the 30 zone on this back of the train. That's how long it is. If you know the Ben's 30 zone length, that's how long it took. We're probably gonna hit the 25 zone now. The front of the train's hitting the 25 zone, which is a big U. So we should hit the 25 zone. Well, it's still in it. I hope the engine is, at least. It dumped its air again, so it lost a lot of its speed. But it's gaining it, so... And this slope is a 4 degree. So it would have made it without the help of the 3 engines. It could have done it in just the 4 on the front. I just didn't want to risk it. Though I'm sure if I wasn't doing stopping at Alarka first, the Hemingway area, I'm sure it would have made it fine too. Without the 3 engines, actually, now that I think about it. It's Andrews that I had issues with before, where I always ended up needing multiple engines. I'm actually not sure how many each GP3 can pull, like how many tons and cars it can pull. Actually, I think it varies on tonnage, but I'm not sure how many tons it can pull. Each GP3, or GP9. I think someone said there was a chart for that. If there's a chart out there that tells you this train pulls this many tons, that would be very helpful because then I can figure out what I need to work with and stuff. Because a lot of these trains get heavy. And again, we just entered the 25 zone, even though the train was already out of the 25 zone on the other end. But because we're still in it, it can't go faster than 25 at the moment. Because it would risk us going off the tracks. Though I like how they fixed it though, because it used to go 30 around. They spent in 40 around 35 around the other 30 end. So they definitely fixed the speeds to match what the speed limit sign said. I mean, the air never derailed the train, even though it went that, because it never went that speed. But and when we did it for a few moments, it was towards the end. But now they fixed it. Now it actually waits until the full ending. And 35, there we go. And I think that's the last speed restriction. Yeah, that's the last speed restriction for a bit. Until we start heading towards Brooks and the Frontier area, which to drop off the Frontier stuff. Yeah, this is definitely a long train from Bryson to Silva to Bryson Rise. It was a long train. Still gonna be easy to work because it's not that much. So. But anyways, I see you when this gets to Hemingway. It looks like we're heading into it now, so we should see the switch not aligned soon. Duffy doesn't fit in Hemingway. Fully. Oh, it can. Oh, yeah, I just didn't pull for it all the way. I'm actually quite curious. What would happen if I was to try backing up while the other AI is in reverse mode? So once I do that, I'm gonna get control of this AI so I can control its AI mode. So you can't apply the brakes. All this is gonna do is stop putting power, but it'll give me the power I need. Is that it? Yep, that's it. Oh, yeah, it's going crazy. So I pull forward as close as it's going to go for a switch not aligned. I need you ordered. Let's figure this out. First, I'm gonna head and pull this train. No, we can do it this way. We're gonna start putting the junction stuff back. So we don't need the other AI for this. So what we'll do is freeze this by 2. That will put the other train, stop the other train from moving forward when I pull this train forward. Two handbrakes are set, standing by. So they won't move. And I believe the status will reflect that here in a moment. Oh, it's not even going to change it, I don't think, because it's standing by at the moment at its last status. Because it has 2 handbrakes. It's not able to move. I'm also maybe buying 2 more GP9s as well. Because what I'm thinking about doing is working on along the way. Because with this map editor, dude, if I find a spot that's just too hard for multiple engines to work it, I could always just fix that and make it possible. Though that is not a certainty at this time. So who knows what I'll be doing yet. I'm not even sure if I'm switching it yet. We set 2 handbrakes. Reverse. Let's go ahead and did it say switch aligned against them in Silva? Okay. I'll worry about that later. I'm not too concerned about the passenger trains right now. My passenger service is at a halt. Until I'm done with this mess. I'll probably fix it off stream because I don't feel like staying on much longer. Which is why I'm doing this now, so you guys can see some switching going on. At least. I'm gonna do this whole entire train, sort it, and send it back to Bryson. Once it's getting sent to Bryson, I'm ending my stream. Because I'm not going to be doing that long stream again, and also it's getting towards lunchtime, and I'd like to get some food before it's too late. And on like silent streams, I can't just get food and play. and do a small BRB moment for that. So I could convert this into a silent stream, but I'm not, because that last silent stream was really long anyways. So I feel like I'm streamed out, but I'm still gonna do a lot of railroader stuff till at least 2 p.m. probably, because obviously I have other things I need to do still. Also, I like to cut my stream out too soon. That way my computer can regain its strength. And break off. And break off. You are gonna... So this is all Frontier stuff, so that stream's gonna stay attached. Like so. The rest of this... Is it just a Larka? Yeah, it's just a Larka. So all I have to do now is... Pull myself forward a little bit, and then the other AI will probably take it on from there, because I think I'm moving before he's moving. There we go. I'll let him. So I needed to my power too, but I don't want too much speed. Did they fix it now? To where they go together? And actually truly help? But yeah, this is how you get a middle helper, by the way. Is you AI it and then it will push you. I just always like to keep this screen on because then I can tell it to go forward. That way I'm not going haywire. I might see what happens though if I backwards but it's so set to reverse. Look how many cars we have over here. This is crazy. We still have 45 cars and we're not even... We're going to be dropping a good chunk of it though. A good chunk of it is the Lockhart Junction in the mine. Oh, I said I wasn't going to be dropping the mine stuff, wasn't I? Where is the mine stuff? Mine stuff's up here. Near that second engine. That's right, because the mine stuff I'm going to put near the Lockhart Junction. That way this Hummingway has a chance of holding it all. Actually, I'm going to see if it fits. If it fits, I'll put it here because that's where I normally put it as Hummingway, because I don't like putting it in the junction. So we'll see. If I have to, I'll put it in the Y though. The Y will probably give me the best chance at it. Nope, it fights. Okay. So we're... You can't apply its brakes. All it's going to do is stop putting throttle. Or I completely affect this. we'll just turn it off for a moment while we back this train up. Seeing another train, that's what's going on, and you know I'm the one controlling it. It doesn't know how to handle that, so I think my engines are powerful enough. I'm just gonna turn it off and let me slide. He's gonna pull on those poor. Because I'm gonna max this out first and see how much fits. If it fits at all, great. That works. And it's gonna be the workers' train problem when it actually puts these to where their final destinations. It's a problem. I just know I'm not leaving Frontier again like I did last time, where this train actually had to struggle its way up. So I'm just gonna be closer for it. That way it's go empty and head up that way and have an easier time. I still have to pull it backwards, obviously. Actually, I may be able just to work it if I get it flipped right, but I'm not gonna be able to. I don't think. Actually, no, I can. I can get it flipped right at Bryson. Not Bryson. Brooks. A little fast there, but we managed to stop. It could still fit more, so I'm gonna back it up more. Actually, unless... How close are we? Very... I might actually beat some of this to Locker Junction, actually. But we might not need to. We'll see. Yeah, what I'd like to see in the future too, I'm not sure if this is realistic or not. If it's not, then probably not. Or never happen. But I like to see a way for the MU to be utilized throughout the train, that we can have multiple trains, but not have to worry about the AI stopping you from doing what you're doing. We'll place these two at the end. Alright, now we just gotta find the end of this road. And it's over. So yeah, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna head and cut it here. There we go. Actually, we don't need you. Let me tell me to stop first. I don't need him, his help. This is something this train can easily do. I'm actually going to leave it at the Locker Junction too. I'll leave it here for the other train, the worker train, for when it does its return trip the next day. Actually, no, I need to bring it with me. Shoot. I'll pick it up on the way back though. I just don't want it to get in my way or anything, so best bet for me is to drop it off with the Locker Junction stuff for a moment while I do the Frontier stuff with the 4 engines. I probably don't even need 4 engines for that. That's small. So I might even literally start dropping engines off. Here at the junction. I need to make sure the junction's aligned, because I don't have control over that yet. Because it's making this trip just fine, actually. So I have a feeling if I do it right, it'll make that frontier no problem, and I can just have it dropped off at the very end and spot it now. Then I'll do the junction stuff later with the other trains, like I'm supposed to, because I much prefer to do it properly than, if anything. There's 3 engines pulling these 3 Alarka. Like I said, I made this a beast. Probably too much beast. I'll probably turn off the other trains MUs. And just make it one train pulling everything, because 4 plus 3 is 7. We don't need 7 trains for the way back. We only need 2 or 1. Actually, probably just once is running empty. So, what we can do is go ahead and run it empty on one train. Turn off the MUs. Which basically all that does is prevent the multiple powers from being used at the same time, and makes it act like it's one train, which is nice. And that's what we need. Oh. Give me a second, guys. The screens may act a little haywire. For a second. There we go. We should be back to normal now. That did not help with the lag. That's for sure. I need to give it power. I don't do so good coming up west. I usually let the AI drive everything for the most part when it comes to long drives, and I just do the sorting manually. And what do you know? It's closer to it now. So I could do then is put the locker trunks and stuff, pull forward, grab it, come back, pull forward. If it doesn't all fit, it's just going to be put into the Y again. I'm usually going to be using the Y as a holder for now. Does it see trains? No, it doesn't. It's glitched out because of the new switches and stuff. So the remote one's weird because it shows everything. You can start slowing down. Because we're going to drop the trains and the roller coaster stuff. Because I'm going to make it less power for this last trip, because I don't want too much power, because it can sometimes act weird with AI, especially driving. If you do too much power. So I think I have an ideal for that. Drop the frontier stuff here. Drop the stuff here. Drop the 2 blues as well. Get them gone. And I don't need that screen anymore. So that way it's facing the right way. Basically what we're doing now is dropping the power down a little bit by moving some of the trains that were giving us too much power. That way we're not carrying as much dead weight with us. Because we're not going to be using its power. can literally just drop it the dead weight. You only need 2 engines for this trip. I know we definitely need 2 engines though, because let's see how much weight this is. No, the interchange checks. These are old interchange scars from when I had a system going, but this is taking too long for me to get the chain from Bryson and stuff, and I need to get to work right away on certain things, because otherwise I would run out of time. So I found it was just better to. Now, as you see, it's only 959 tons. 2 trains, even 1 GP9 probably can hold it up that hill. Actually, but I'm gonna bring 2 because I don't like disconnecting the 2 tours away from each other, because that's just too much for me and a lot of MU work. And then I need to get back before I hook up. I'm gonna turn off the MU modes of the helper trains. The 2 trains that are normal to each other will stay, because that's how they operate on this railroad. So even though GP9s can run on its own, but there will still probably be some weight. No, this is not how I'm getting the train turned around to the other side. I don't think. Actually, could park him here. Pull the train here. Pull forward because the way they're designed. Pull back up. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I can do that. Save some time instead of having to go to another siding and do it. Go ahead and turn off these MUs. So even this little tell us if it doesn't need MUs, and this should already be off. Okay. So the only thing they are now is cut on the air brakes, so they can't control the brakes. I have to control them. That's my 76 engine. or 773, or which one's controlling at the time, but this one, in this instance. As you can hear, it's a lot quieter too. These engines are not consuming any power at all. Nice, that's what I want. Especially for the return trip. I wish there was a way to turn them off, because then you can just turn it off and just have it dead weight. Literally, that's what they are when they're not in use. It's dead weight. Especially if I add fuel consumption back in. If I add fuel consumption back in, that's gonna actually be a concern of mine, is turning off the dead weight. Not only one train's actually truly using fuel when I don't need the others. And I got a lot of GP9s, so diesel fuel will be expensive. Before I enable them, I am gonna buy hoppers and stuff like that, get them filled up with coal. I want both interchanges open before I start truly fixing that part of the game back to normal. Alright, let's go ahead and dump this. Easy 6. I can go ahead and follow this car. Push. Push with all your might. It's actually got quite a bit of weight because of the dead weight. So it may not seem like a lot with only 3 arc junctions. You're just gonna remember too. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trains that aren't helping it push it themselves. They'll literally just wait now. They're just very, very, very heavy paperweight. Or track weight, if you want to say. So it... Will I probably bring this many engines again? Probably not. Not until at least Andrews. That is a lot of trains. For what? But then again, I pulled a lot of weight. I pulled like 3,000 tons. So I'm not sure if it will made it with 3,000. I know I need the 4. I already know that. I tried 4 in the past. Like I said, 2,000 tons was 4. I couldn't pull without anything past 1,000 on 2. So I know I need 4. Unless I'm doing something wrong, but that's if I'm driving, of course, too. AI might actually be able to make it, but I always test it for me in case I need to take over or whatever reason. Traditions, a lot of the switching happen on mountains and grades. Let's go ahead and use this fly, get ourselves turned aroundy. But this is how my lead engine gets turned around sometimes, guys. Silva has a Y now, so I can actually turn around my freight trains now. And then, of course, Andrews has a Y, and this has a Y. So I'll actually be able to physically get my trains turned around. Eventually, if I can figure out how to do it with that map editor properly, I want to make balloons around the last station, the last few stations, because I like already has it with the mod. But I want to see if I can add a balloon for the one and see if that becomes handy. Because if I can do that, that'd be very handy for the passenger trains. And the passenger trains will no longer have to run in reverse, period. It doesn't matter which direction it's heading, which direction it's in. But yeah, Ys are really good ways to get your trains viewed around if you need it. Balloons are too. You just keep going in a circle until you reach the other end that you need to go. Let's see here. There's also trying to think round tables if it's big enough to hold your cars, but you can't turn around everything. The Ys and Us are great for the task of getting the passenger train viewed. I don't know how to build a Y. If someone that's knocked it out and knows how to make it a separate mod, and you knock out a Y near the passenger train stations at the end, one at Andrews and one at Silva. There's only 2 ones I care about. You can do 2, both of the. Actually, Andrews has one, I think. They can go all the way down and keep going straight and UE it, but that requires me to put a fusee down or leave the switches in its favor, and that's just annoying sometimes. But I should be leaving the switches in favor of the passenger train more often. Alright, forward time. It's gonna be forward for a little bit here. It'll actually reverse out of here, most likely. Actually, since I'm gonna be since this is always gonna be up here, I can actually go ahead and send it out of Bryson and head up here. I just need to do one thing. Well, that's driving up to the cars at very, very fast speeds. It's probably not do well. But I'll be quick. Make sure the switches are in the favor of the AI. And brake. Oh, I was good. I just how smart enough to do it at the beginning, and that towards where it's actually gonna be near the cars. Right, you should be able to make it on just your 2 power cells. So go ahead on the engine. Grab the engine. Go ahead. Proceed forward at full speed you can go until you reach the end. End of track means you had made it. Oh, I have a switch misaligned at Brooks, according to the CTC panel, but I'm not sure how accurate that is. It is. Okay, there we go. Now it's accurate. Now we're good. So can it see the switches now? I'll switch against. Let's see. Can it control them? No, it can't control them, but it can see them. So I can see whether or not the switches are misaligned, but it cannot switch it yet. So I have to come here manually on boop. And then we're gonna sit here and watch it do its thing. I'm also gonna make sure it makes it too, because I'm not 100% sure if it can, but it should. It's only 693 tons, so it's no dead weight. Both engines are pulling the power, so there's no dead weight on that. So the only weight is that it has to worry about is the train cars, not trains. Train car weight is the worst kind of train can handle, because it's weight that technically can pull itself. However, the other train's the one that's pulling it, not it. So, why I call it dead weight. I'm not sure if it's actually called that, but I call it dead weight because it's literally weight that could technically be handled if I had them MU'd or whatnot. But why MU it when you don't need to? I mean, seriously, there's no need for that extra power. Not for this. I mean, it's already got speed quick, so. Actually, I think it got overspeed because it applied the air brakes, and it's really horrible about that. They really need to fix that. Actually, we need to be more better about the air brakes, so it stops stopping all over the place and having to gain speed, especially when it starts going to Andrews. I think that's what happened that one day. Actually, I think it can do it going to Andrews and back. It's just can't because it keeps air braking itself, so it needs more power to get started back up again. And that's a problem because it can't be getting stuck there. It's a really steep hill. And steep hills, much as they're fun, they're hard on this game. I mean, then again, that's why in real life they don't like doing grades. They like doing what's called a gradual grade in real life, so less power needed. However, I don't know if this game does gradual or not, or at least simulates gradual. But we'll see in the future. It probably does. I just don't notice it. Like I said, I'm bringing this fully down the line up to this point because it's actually the main line where it gets parked, and there's just no point of coming back with the steam engine up this way to do that. So I might as well, since it's the only thing coming down this way at the moment. It's go ahead and manually send it. Yeah, if there's more coming down this way, then I may consider it. I was glad with the next thing. But the highway was full, and there's no point putting the locker junction when it's the only thing coming down this way. Might as well have the train do it. And we will have CTC soon on this track, so pretty soon we won't be in the dark. Okay, while that's driving, I actually need to get this other. Oh. No. That's not. Huh? I had a switch misaligned. Oops. Well, you're clear to go. And you're good to resume speed. So I've got the switches back to normal from when I pulled this train. So I'm gonna have to fix that on the way up. The passenger train was in the second track. I was like, wait, how? You were lined for the main line. Oh, switch. From when we had the main line authority. It's on its way up this way now, so this is gonna get interesting. But either way, this train won't run into it. It will just stop before it, saying train in front of it, and it would do the same. So we won't have a collision. We'll just have two trains looking at each other and following each other across town, across the map, until it gets to Bryson where the light will stop it. And I'm gonna put it in the favor of the. If it lets me, if it does, because of the restricting. It allows a restricting signal at Bryson, so I should be able to do it even if the block is occupied. As long as the main light's up. Oh, where? I really need to get that rid of your stuff. I want to do that off stream because I'm not sorting it. I'm just gonna do what I did here and just drop and hook and drop and hook constantly at the places. This is gonna be 10 times easier. But for now, I'm gonna do what I can for you guys so you can see some work getting done. So we did the frontier on stream, we did switching, and we did sorting. I think that's enough for the stream today. We split up the train from the interchange properly to west and east, and we did good. So I think that's enough for you guys. I could do the rest off stream after I get food. Railroader's fun. It's just too much fun, and I don't want to. I want to keep playing it, but at the same time, if I keep playing it, I'm gonna be on the stream forever, and I don't like my streams going past more than 3 hours. 3 hours is the max for me normally. So, and we're getting close on that. Once it hits the 2 hour mark, that's my 1:59. Sometimes I start shutting down, or at least preparing for a shutdown of the stream. So, yeah, if you ever look at the time, that's how you know when the stream's about to end. While I'm heading this video, I'm also going to place a fusee down because I need it to stop here. So I need to pick up these engines. And actually do that easier. Just go boom. Because the other, believe it or not, the passenger train doesn't need to come up this way. When we pick up those engines and head our way up, back up to Bryson. I'm going to keep the engines face this way too because why not? We should be almost there. I think we're at the, yeah, we are. This is the unknown siding, I call it. I don't actually know the true name of this siding. But it's part of the base game. I didn't add it. Though I do plan on adding more sidings to some places, because there's a lot of areas where it's straight on, and if it's straight on like this, if I can easily add a siding to it, I prefer to, because then we have a siding that we can use for either freight or more. Like Wilmot now has a siding, I can use that for freight if I wanted to. So instead of blocking the Thomas Valley switch and Breakers Creek switch sidings, I can just put it in Wilmot if I want to, but I'm not, because that is my go around for the if case the passenger train's there, especially when I'm doing freight. Because like I said, freight has a priority because of that. The passenger trains literally take so long to unload. Oh, did I ever? No, I did not. I did not send back the Silva cars. Over here. I see. Never makes that switch. Okay. That doesn't make sense. I might make that longer actually, because that might be useful for this trains. Because these passenger trains are really long, so I might be able to push all the way down there. And the passenger trains have somewhere to go, and that way I don't go too far down the track. That might be smarter, actually. So you see, it's gonna make it all the way up to this switch. And block the freight train. Switch, try it. Did it reach its destination? Ah, losing speed. I'm having that issue again where I didn't do it right. Oh. Okay, I have to fix that. For now, I can fix it by selecting it. Wait forward. Okay, so that's not an option yet. I want it to be, though. I can so totally fix that. Oh, yep, you're running out of passengers. I'm glad I caught it, though, before the passengers unloaded. Oh, no. Oh, it's because it moved. See what I mean, though? The freight train would be so blocked if it wasn't for my additions here. I don't think the AI will be able to do that switch, by the way, guys. I don't think so. But that's okay. We don't use it, so. We're going to start loading. We'll go ahead and start telling it. It can load up everyone. And then you can go forward as soon as you're done. I'm going to go ahead and start getting it to Disborough, and this time I'm putting the right siding. I will arrange a meet at Baker's Creek for now. Actually, it has to be a passenger train meet. For now, and then we'll figure it out from there. Okay, the front interior bridge stuff is dropped off. Just the rest of our money first. Hemingway just got there. And it also arrived at Sylvia finally. He's gonna finish off his drops. Hey, you! You are to reverse at full speed. Alright, off to Brayson. We're gonna head and I'm gonna get things moving. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, the stream here. I'll see you guys whenever the next stream is. I'm trying for daily, but obviously that's not always gonna be possible for us. So